Welcome home. I'm Ryan.
I'm Elie.
And it's been a while since the last episodes, which ironically were the first episodes back from a break. And it seems like we've taken another break. I don't want to dwell too much on what has been going on and why we took another break. It's just, life. And we just didn't have the time. A lot has happened. We went on our cruise, which was great. I had a good time. We were gone for like 7 or 8 days total, and I would recommend going on a cruise and then back to school, back to work, and then my job that I was doing with like an event center in my hometown. After the year was over, I stopped working there, and I'm trying to get another, contract made up with that place. And so far, nothing's gone too far. So I haven't really been making any money, and Ellie's been working, doing her teaching, dealing with those kids. And I've been working on the house, but also not working on the house because it's cold out and stuff. But these past few days, I've been getting a lot done and dealing with a lot of like water lines and some electrical work and water heater and stuff. But I forgot to mention, today I'm drinking my Elie energy drink, a watermelon wave flavor. And I do like it, and I would recommend if you like energy drinks, you can try Elie because they have quite a bit of caffeine, and for some reason, a lot of caffeine works for me. Red Bulls usually don't work very well for me. But how are you doing? What's on your mind? What, if you're going to mention anything about updates, what are they?
First of all, I don't have a drink of the day. I mean, me and Ryan are kind of sharing that Elie, I guess. Not to dwell on like us taking a break after we just got back from taking a break, but I feel like even though we're both busy, the best way to do it is find or schedule specific days or times where we could film podcasts, because I think if we keep saying like, oh, we should film a podcast, we're not going to film a podcast. But we are both very busy people.
Yeah.
But
I mean, even today's Sunday, and it's Super Bowl Sunday, and we have like 4 hours before Super Bowl starts, and we're going to go to your parents' house to spend some time there and watch the Super Bowl. So
very chill Super Bowl Sunday, though. I don't think I've ever really gone to a Super Bowl party. I don't think I've even known anyone personally who throws Super Bowl parties. Just watch a Super Bowl, have small appetizers, but never huge productions with charcuterie boards and specialized drinks and stuff. So it's not like we're going and making a grand thing of it, just watching the Super Bowl. But updates in my life, I mean, I'm still teaching. We'll see what this upcoming spring and summer look like. We'll see if I'm back in the job hunting world. It's all stuff that I am not certain of yet. But besides teaching, I'm almost done with my master's. We'll be hopefully finishing that soon. And yeah, that's about it. Any time spent not at school or working on my master's has been just reading and spending time with family and watching my brother play basketball because he's a senior. But yeah, enjoying life right now. The sunshine is coming back out.
Yep. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned it in the podcast, but I definitely have some seasonal depression, and I think last winter was probably the worst for me. This one wasn't too bad, but I definitely once I stopped working at the event center, it definitely got to me. I was in a pretty low place, but I went through it, and then it started to be sunny out and warm again, but it's still getting below freezing at night. But I think we have maybe just a couple more weeks before that's all gone. I mean, we have some other issues, like financially, we're not in a very good spot, but I think it's just a combination of the holidays, the fact that I no longer working, so even the small amount of money I got, um, I'm not getting anything now, and the fact that um, I don't know, just New Year, and then like some other bills, and the fact that we had a cruise, which was pretty expensive. I mean, we paid for the cruise itself, but then we had to pay for all the other stuff, which was the excursions and then some food and some other stuff. So, I mean, we're fine. We're not, what's the word? We're not in a spot where we can lose the house or be homeless.
Yeah, we're not on the brink of homelessness.
But I mean, we are very privileged in the way that this is all set up and how we're doing it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, we're pretty safe. And I know we have plenty of people who'd probably be willing to help out. But I've been helping out my aunt with some of her stuff, getting her light bulbs because she's, I don't know, she's 80 something, I think. And she's a very thin, frail old woman.
She does not act 80 something.
No, she doesn't. And she walks with a cane, and sometimes she doesn't. She walks barefoot a lot of places. Like, she'll go outside to get the mail barefoot when she shouldn't be. And then, I mean, I went and plowed her driveway, shoveled it, and then I did that, and I did the light bulbs. I bought her light bulbs. I changed light bulbs out. I tried to figure out some problems with her switches and whatever. But yeah, there's that, and there's just the fact that I've been kind of taking some of my time trying to make content for the home renovation and getting that started back up, and especially trying to get that bathroom ready to go, and just also the laundry room itself. And where I'm pretty darn close with being out from underneath the house, so I can kind of close it all up and start actually getting that room tied together and getting it to a spot where I can start doing finishing stuff, which would be great. And then it'll just all
start over again. Yeah.
But no, I don't know. Elie really wanted to do the podcast today. I really didn't, because I'm tired, and that's why I'm drinking an Alani. I'm not tired enough to take a nap, but I'm not awake enough to actually do anything. And I thought, well, if I am going to be awake, I might as well do something that is productive. So I don't know if I don't know if I have anything else to talk about. I know
we should have planned it before we started.
You should have planned it before you started. So
I guess back to like the sun coming out. I feel like the symbolism of spring, like having things to look forward to, will be nice. Like I've been wanting to start a garden for a really long time, and we have the space to do it. It's just like never lined up. But I've been thinking about it, and I feel like now is the time to be thinking about it so we can be prepared and we don't start too late or start too early. But yeah, just looking forward to home renovations, even though it's very expensive and time consuming and a lot of hard work on your part. But it will be nice to have those things done, not even just for like the aestheticness of it, but for like the functionality of it will be nice. And what else? I mean, we're in February, but just the things coming in the spring to look forward to. Like, my birthday's in the spring. My niece's first birthday will be the week before mine. And I don't know, as a teacher, you're always looking forward to the next. It's sad, but you're always looking forward to the next thing, like the next holiday or the next break or the next weekend. And so, I mean, the next few holidays coming up, we have Valentine's Day this week, and St. Patrick's Day. We have President's Day weekend in between, so that will be a nice break as well. Even though I was supposed to get 4 days off, I'm getting 3 days off now, but it's okay.
Spring break, around, right?
Hmm?
Oh, never mind. I see what you said.
Yeah. spring break is coming up. And then from then it just like the end of the school year moves at a really fast pace because of all the like testing and trying to wrap units up and just finish everything that you want to finish, and then like also soaking up all the time that you have with your kids. And I don't know, we'll see if I'm preparing for a 5th grade classroom where I'm at, 5th grade classroom somewhere else, a different grade level classroom where I'm at, or a different grade level classroom somewhere else. But I'm trying to remain positive because last spring and summer was a very negative time in my life. And I think if I didn't get a job, it would still be, I would still have a very negative view on it. But regardless of the situation I'm in, like if I have to go back to applying and interviewing everywhere, I know I have the experience I have now, which will put me at an advantage against other candidates for jobs. But yeah, we'll see. Like it all kind of depends on what my career looks like, because we could be spending a big part of the summer moving classrooms, which is going to be hopefully not as short notice as last year, because that was crazy.
Yeah.
But
to get back on the renovation stuff, this past week, so my birthday was 2 days ago. It was on a Friday, and I turned 25. So thank you for your happy birthday wishes. I appreciate it. So I was, in the beginning of the week, I decided to start working on the supply lines for the water. And I wanted to get, the way it was set up, I wanted to get it out of there and get it all ran new, and then have the bathroom and the laundry room separately but connected to the main line, so I didn't have to use hoses for the washer anymore, like actual garden hoses. And in order to do all of this, I need to connect it to the main line, which is kind of messed up, and I would have to redo it, and it was already not done properly. So then I wanted to do it properly and add a water filter. And long story short, the steps just kept getting more and more steps before I can finish. And I'm still not quite done. However, we do have hot water now, because I had replaced the water heater, because ours was, this year would be 19 years since it was made. And you're really supposed to have a water heater change 6 to 12 years after it was made. So it was, if it hasn't already, it was going to soon leak, burst, malfunction, something. But I do think that we could have probably had it for another year and it would have been okay. But a lot of the reason why I bought one was because I was already there. I had the money on my card, and I was going to do a 12 months financing, which I forgot to do, but it usually just changes to like a 6-month financing, which is fine. And then I got it. I got like a similar size, and it wasn't that expensive. And the job turned into a multi-day job, which I started at like 9-ish in the morning, and I didn't even finish until 6:30 at night that same day. And then the next day I worked on it for a few hours and got it to a point where I was able to have hot water, which on my birthday I had to take a shower with cold water and go to dinner and a movie. And I don't ever want to do that again, because that was one of the worst things.
I hate cold showers.
And it's different if you kind of run out of hot water, because it'll still come not cold straight from the well. It is slightly warm, but this stuff is like pretty darn cold. I had a hard time breathing in the shower. That's how cold it was. But now it's working, but there's a few things I would like to do and finish before I can actually say it's done. And then later on, when I'm ready to do the flooring in that room, I have to take it at the water heater itself. I have to drain it and take it out, so then I can have everything off the floor, and then I can do all the flooring and then put it back, and then it should be in its final position. So
like, what's next after the water heater? Is it the flooring?
Well, I'm going to redo some of my work that I already did with the water lines. I think the issue that I was thinking that I had isn't really that big of an issue, and I don't like how I ran them because the washer and the toilet are on the same line. So I would have to plug the toilet, like I basically would have to plug the toilet line in order for me to use the washer. And so really I have to redo some of my work, which isn't going to take that long. And then I should be able to do it one day, especially because all the work, I'm kind of used to it now, so I can just chop it, redo it, put it down, and then I'll connect it all together. And then I can turn off the lines to the bathroom, and then I can run the washer on its own. And then after that, then it would be the flooring. And then I can focus on getting the bathroom itself. The shower is going to be the part that's going to take the longest because of the way that the lines are run and how the valve and the shower head and all that. That would take the longest. But after I'm done with the supply lines, I'm already done with the drain lines and vent lines. I can close the walls in, and then I can do the shower walls. I can close the walls in, and then I can start doing the finishing work, which is mudding, taping, texturing, painting, and then installing, and then finishing.
So, like, if money wasn't an issue, what would your estimate of, like, time be for it to be done?
Probably a month. I'm thinking on the things that I would probably, because I'm doing it all by myself, and I think I would be able to do it in 1 month if I did it at least every day during the week.
It's not as long as I thought you would say, honestly.
Really? Mm-hmm. No, I think I could do it in a month. But
But money is an issue.
Yeah, which then would stretch it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a lot of the stuff for the flooring. I actually have I should have all of the flooring I need. And I have the stuff for the self-leveler, so I can do the flooring. And then I have the shower walls and the shower door. Yeah. I have the toilet and the vanity.
That's kind of the good thing about, like,
I just need the drywall, which isn't that bad.
Renovations right now, like, when we weren't in the financial spot we are in currently, we did use a lot of that money to buy all of the things, and it's just been sitting there. So, like, a lot of it can be done, I guess, if we have it, which we do. It's not like we have to, like, wait for money to come in, buy it, wait for money to come in to buy the next thing, install that.
Yeah, so really the killer now is just getting those extra supplies that I didn't think I needed, or didn't know I needed, or I do need now. Yeah. Because something happened or whatever. But yeah, I think I could probably get I would like to get the bathroom interior completely done before summer actually starts.
Okay.
But the whole laundry room, I don't know if I'm gonna get it all the way completed until, I don't know. There's different reasons why I might leave the laundry room kind of the walls not completely finished. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Every time I think about it, every time I go in, I think of something else, some other way of doing it, or yeah. So then it just adds up, and then I forget about it because I'm not working on it for weeks on end. Then I forget about it, and then I go back to it, and I think of it differently. But the bathroom is, I mean, once I do the bathroom, I think I'd like to get this bathroom taken out so that I can do the closet, get the closet done so I can get this bedroom completely done. And then I can finish the laundry room.
Okay. Then what would be your next step? The kitchen?
No.
The other bedrooms?
I'd probably do the other bedrooms because it would be a lot easier and cheaper and quicker to do. Because really all the bedrooms needed, the ceilings need to be scraped off because they're all popcorn ceiling. The doors, the baseboard, and any other trim needs to be replaced. I would like to replace some of the drywall in some of these rooms because of either how much damage or the fact that I would like to add in insulation on the interior walls and then put it back up. Mud, tape, mud, texture, paint, and then the flooring, which we have all the flooring for the house. So
that's another good thing.
It's just one of those things where for the flooring, I don't really want any of those transition pieces between the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would need to do a room, and I can't do this room and the lawn or the new dining room separately. It kind of has to go together.
Yeah,
so then they match up perfectly.
Yeah.
And I have this thing. It's either I do the laundry room, I keep saying that, the dining room, and then I go through the living room, the hallway to the bedroom. So then I can do the closet, or I do the bedroom. I just do it in the reverse. But then out there in the living room, when we take that down the wall, when we do cabinets and stuff, I might have to redo some of that flooring again, especially in the kitchen. So it's kind of like if I do it, I'll probably have to redo it in some areas.
Which all of this is being filmed. So if you would like to support us.
Yes, on my YouTube channel.
Go watch Ryan's videos, subscribe, comment. So it's like boosted.
Yes.
And it goes out to people. Because I know there are people that, and you are one of those people that watch renovation videos like all the time, and you subscribe to people because that's what you enjoy watching. So I know there are people out there, but as a small channel, it's hard to get your videos boosted and out for the world to enjoy. There's so many factors with that, but that would help support us because the more you grow, the more people that watch, the more people that interact and buy things.
And then the more I can do.
And the more we can do, and also just like helps put food on the table, you know? Like, but I mean, I keep telling Ryan that he should be proud of himself for the work that he's done.
I just like, with the supply line and the water heater, I really thought it would only take a day. But it seemed like it would take, or it has taken more than one day. But it's also like one of the issues is like Home Depot isn't that far away. However, it's like 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. And when you're there, it probably take 30, 45 minutes, depending on either how busy it is or what you need to get.
Or if you can't find what you need to get.
And then because I don't know everything, I get all the stuff that I think I need. I come back home, I start trying to put it together, and then, I actually forgot something. I didn't know I needed. Then you go to your local store, which sometimes is cheaper, sometimes it's more expensive, but they don't have everything that you need or want, and they have different brands. So then you get the things that you need that you forgot about, come home, start putting it together, and then you get to a point where it's like, okay, I need to keep going. But, oh no, I actually need another thing, which was actually just one more thing that I got earlier. It's the same thing. I just need another one. So then I have to go back and do it again. And it's not that far away, but once you get back home, it's like 30, 45 minutes past already. And you waste all that time just going and get the thing. It would be nice to have like someone who's helping me who knows how to do it, and then they go and get it, or I go and get it and they keep working on something else. It'd be nice to just have a clone to do those while I keep working and do something else. Like even just straightening up and organizing, because that laundry room is a complete mess. I spilled some dog food. I didn't want to pick it up, so I left. I scooped it up, some of it with my hands, and then the other I just left it because I was going to vacuum it, but I knew I wasn't going to right then and there.
But doing it all yourself, do you feel like you've learned a lot, even with
tons.
just the projects that you've started? But
even like electrical seems very daunting, because it is dangerous.
Yeah.
But if you want to change an outlet or a switch, it's very, very easy, and it's really not dangerous if you just turn off the power. And when you know the power's off, it's very just simple. A lot of the time, like even an outlet will have which wire goes where, and you just kind of do the same thing that the previous wire had or the previous outlet had, or you know that you do it, you loop it around the screw a certain way, and then you tighten it down and you just put it back in the wall. And it's really not hard to do. But when you start doing like a little bit more complicated with the 3-way switch, which is just 2 switches on one circuit, so both of them control the same light or lights, then it gets complicated because you don't understand how it works. But then you try it, you wire it all up, because that was one of my problems, is I had the wires from light to light switched, so it wasn't working right, and I didn't understand why, because I thought I did everything right, but I didn't use the right wires, and then once I figured it out, it worked. But it's really not that bad or difficult to do, as long as you just, I don't know, look into it, understand it a bit, and then understand that even when it comes to the electrical panel where all the breakers are, depending on the box itself, if you turn off the main power, the whole box is fine. You can touch anything in there. Our box, the main, isn't really, like, there's always power that's there. So if you touch the very back of it, you'll get shocked. But if you just realize what's live and what can shock you and what's not, and you just pay attention to where you touch, it's totally fine. I mean, even my dad was like, "Oh, I would get someone else," and I'm like, "Dad, you just put this wire there, you put this wire there, and the other wire to there, and it's fine." You just kind of remember the breaker has a specific size, like 15 amp or 30 amp or 20 amp or whatever, and certain circuits need to have certain size breakers. And once you look that up and it tells you what you need, you go and get it and plug it in, and it's fine. I don't understand all of it, but it's one of those things where you just kind of learn and then you understand.
Ryan's very good at being given directions and then doing what needs to be done, though. Like, you're very, like, it's not that you're very good at following instructions, it's just that you're very good at understanding instructions and carrying out what needs to be done, and then just like internalizing that. Like, I feel like, I mean, you just talking about it, I'm like, I lost you the first thing you said.
Yeah,
like,
and
I don't know.
And when you watch videos of people talking about it, that happens to me too, where it's like, I don't know what they're talking about, but then you just rewatch it and really try to focus on what they're saying, or have it written down, or like some sort of diagram, and you just kind of follow. I don't know, like when you have a wire in a house, there's actually like usually 3 wires in one. They're called like insulated, like insulation, or just sleeves. One is like always hot. It's the black one, and then the white one's neutral, which sometimes can be used as hot, which is just the power going through it. And then the other one's usually ground. Sometimes there's 3 wires plus the ground, so there's 4. But I mean, then there's different sizes of wires. But anyways, You just look it up and you read it and then you go, okay, that's fine.
Yes, like I feel like even people that don't generally or usually do things can look it up and figure it out. But I feel like building and fixing and setting things up comes naturally for you. Like that's just something that you're.
I mean, a lot of it is like my dad. He didn't fully, but he practically built our house.
Yeah, and he taught you those things.
Because the house that we first lived in, it was fairly small, and the living room was all an addition, including the bedroom on top of it. And he did all of that. And then once it burned down and then we started building it back up, my dad didn't do all of it. I mean, even when I was like having him help me, I was like, didn't you do this? And he goes, no, I had someone else do it. And I was like, what? But there's things that he built our playhouse, which was like, I wouldn't want to say like probably fairly close to the size of this room, just like not as wide. And he had electrical in there.
That's crazy.
And like I don't know everything he did specifically, but I know he did build it, and then we've always had it.
Well, yeah, I feel like he taught you.
Yeah, and then even after when the house caught on fire, we did some of the work to take we did some of the demo work. We like took off the shingles and stuff, and then even before the house caught on fire, we were doing renovations, and then I helped him with like demolition at least, and I didn't really help him with much anything else, but I always was like out with him, working on the yard, working on the sprinklers, learning, just hands-on experience. But
yes, but I also feel like you both have that natural ability.
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
You are so much like him, but the same thing with cars. Like
Tammy's sister yesterday, she said Greg's twin when I walked in.
You guys do. I think they look alike, but you guys are also like the same. You have the same sense of humor. You have the same, like, I don't know, natural ability to fix things. Like, I'm such a, like, any inconvenience, I'm just like, Ryan, do this for me. Like, any little thing. I'm like, I know if there's I don't know, anything technology, like my car, I have any slight problem, I'm like.
And I don't know if like most high school boys go through a car phase, especially when it comes to their first car. And I mean, obviously there are like girls who do that too, but it's a lot of the time it's boys.
And there are boys who don't. Yes.
I mean, there are a lot of like, I was never in the car, like so I a lot of the people, like, I had a lot of different types of friends. I had like the nerdy people who didn't have a lot of friends. Like everyone, you look at them and you go, yeah, you're a nerd. You know, like, I was friends with them. I was friends with people who I was never actually friends with like the jocks. But I was friends with like I don't know, just a certain people. Cliques, you know. I was friends with like several different ones.
Yeah, you as a person don't really fit into like.
I mean, I remember back in middle school in like PE, we would do like just the laps or whatever, or just be outside just walking, and I would be talking to some of these nerdy guys about Minecraft, like just Minecraft, and then there's Bryce, who is just so freaking smart with computers and technology, and I would talk to him about stuff, and then I never really had anyone to talk to about cars, but I'd watch YouTube videos about cars, and I still kind of do. And anyways, what I was trying to say is I went through this like car phase, and the way that I learned, I mean, I don't know a ton about cars, but I know the basics where I can change the brakes. I can.
You know more than the average person.
I can do the oil without even like looking it up again. I can do the brakes without looking it up. The rotors I could do, but I might look it up. But I could do them. My grandpa gave me a car that I fixed and sold, and then my car I did the same thing, and then my truck I basically blew up my truck and then I fixed it just by just tracing the steps about how it runs. Like, it needs fuel. Okay, so the fuel lines, something's wrong with them, so I take them off and blow them out, and then clean the tank, and then put them back, and then the fuel injectors, and the spark plugs, and then you have the spark plug wires, and then you have the distributor cap, and then distributor, and then you have the battery, and then you have the air, like air filter and stuff. But anything else beyond that, I don't know.
I barely know how to pump my own gas.
And then like with, I don't know, it's cool. I enjoy it, and I enjoy working on cars, but it gets really dirty, really oily, really stinky. There's a TikToker that I watch sometimes where he like literally just he's a mechanic and he works on cars. And it's so nice to watch his videos, but he does the same thing every single day. And I don't think I can do that. And even with like the like carpenters or the builders that I watch, once you kind of see the process, they'll start it again. And I'm like, I don't think I can go every day into a job like that. I mean, like, I'm kind of doing it here, but I don't do it all day every day. I get breaks and then I do something else, or something else pops up. But like, I don't think I can do the same thing every day. I need some different things.
But maybe like building homes or renovating homes or flipping homes like have so much to them that it's not the same thing, because like you're not just the drywall guy, or you're not just the electrician or the plumber. For sure. So I feel like maybe with carpentry, not even just carpentry, like everything that comes with it, like plumbing, electricianing, and painting, like maybe there is enough.
Painting is like the only thing I cannot stand.
But I'm just saying, like, maybe there's enough like diversity to the job that it would be enough.
It's funny though, because I have thought about that, but there's so much there that you have to not only know, but you have to learn, and you have to remember, and you have to have I can't just go out and build a house, or I can't just go out and flip a house. I have to do a lot of certain things, and like there's a lot of like policies put in place to do that.
Yeah, but you're 25 flipping your first house.
Yeah.
Like maybe after our house is done and you're 35.
I mean, I would like to.
You would have all the knowledge and and that's like a dream we've had.
Mm-hmm.
But I was telling Ryan, I can't remember if it was yesterday or today, but he is like so talented in so many things that if he no longer wanted to create content about fixing things, like if he just wanted to, I don't know, have a more stable job, like he has so many different routes that he could take, and they might involve having to go back to trade school or technical school to become an electrician or become a mechanic. But like for me personally in my career, even in my first year, that's a really scary thing for me, because I feel like I have no backup plan. My degree is so targeted towards one specific career, and I'm already having second thoughts about career choices. But I feel like, which I can do anything. I could go back to school technically. I could like go back to trade school if I wanted to learn a trade, or just start a business. But like I don't have very many skills that I could apply towards a job currently. Like I would have to get those skills. But I feel like Ryan, like if he no longer wanted to, like if he was just burnt out from creating content, which like he could still do the things he's doing and enjoy, but for more of like a stable income and a higher income, because it would be like more specialized, like, what's the word, like credited, because you would have licenses and stuff, which I feel like he has so many avenues that he could go down.
I have a lot of avenues because I don't think I am a person who wants to be a master of something.
Yeah.
I am very jack of all trades. I'm fine with not mastering one thing. I don't know if it comes back to the thing about doing the same thing every time. But I don't think I would enjoy it much to just be an electrician.
Yeah, but like even just not electrician, like obviously it's going to take a lot of time and experience and money and effort, but like when we're done with the house, maybe you like could make an income off of doing what you just did with our house, but to other houses. Yeah. But maybe and hopefully by then, because content creating is the dream right now, hopefully by then, like, you can still keep doing what you're doing with making videos about it and sharing that and making money off of that as well. But I mean, I'm just saying, it's nice to have a backup plan.
I mean, back in high school, I used to talk to my brother Steven about, or really he would talk to me about, like, what am I going to do after high school? Am I going to go to college? What am I going to get a degree for? And all this stuff. And I mean, back then I was like, video games, making them, playing them, testing them, something along those lines. But then trying to learn how to code, I'm like, yeah, that's not for me.
Which, like, with fifth graders right now, their dream job is being a YouTuber, being an influencer, playing video games, which, like...
And really, like, for me, that's not necessarily my dream. My dream is to do kind of what I'm doing now, is, like, whatever I want, to enjoy my life and to enjoy the things I'm doing, and kind of being able to change it without being, like, in a financially, like, difficult situation. Content creation is the thing that allows me to do it without really being that. I don't know, like, I'm not. I enjoy making things, like content. I cannot stand editing, but I can do it. And it's not like I'm doing it all day, every day. I'm not like a sole editor for someone. But
that would be a terrible job.
And some people like that. I mean,
know.
There's people who make, like, literally just special effects, and it's like hours and hours.
Or like,
of, like,
editors for content creators.
10-second segment.
Yeah, once you get to a certain level of, like, fame, but also, like, financially, when you can afford to pay someone to edit your videos, like, you're just the face of your channel now. You're not even, like...
Yeah, what I was trying to get to is, like, I can do the things I want, and doing content creation allows me to do those things. So, with having just a job doesn't necessarily allow me to do the things I want to do. Even though it gets me money, it doesn't allow me to have, like, the time. Mm-hmm. This allows me to have the time because I'm making content while doing the things I want to do. Yeah. It's just that it's hard to get to a point where it will allow me to do it.
Yeah, it's, like, hard because you have to be doing both things at the same time for both of them to, like, thrive. But, like, content creation just as a whole, you have to be so consistent, like, to be able to grow. But you can't be consistent with content creation if you can't be consistent with whatever you're filming. And for us, or for Ryan, it's filming home renovations. And that's not something that we can do daily at the place that we're at right now. Like, maybe now we can, because, like you said, we have all the stuff for it. But after that's done, like, what's next? Like, which the good thing about being a first year teacher is that in your second year, you know, like, you slowly become more paid. And with my master's, I'll have a pay raise with that as well. And maybe even just, like, picking up extra things like tutoring, which I'm all over the place, but I didn't even tell you this. I have subbed for tutoring twice now. Like, literally day of, the teacher has come to me. I have an emergency, but I can't cancel tutoring. And yes, it's only 30 minutes more. But, like, I'm already at school. Like, at that time, I might as well be getting paid for it, you know? But I had one of my instructional coaches come up to me and she was like, can I put you on the list? Like, can you be the person I go to if we need a sub for tutoring? Because, like, I know you've picked it up twice. And she's like, and I don't want you to feel guilty, but, like, I just want to know if I can have someone to count on rather than just finding a random teacher and going up to a random teacher. And I was like, yes, like, put me on the list. I'm here. 4:15, 3:45 to 4:15 is not a long time to stay at school. And I'm not a teacher who leaves, like, is ready to go by 3:45 anyways. Like, so, I mean, subbing for tutoring is just another way that I can make a little bit more money monthly. Like, every little bit helps and counts. But, I mean, I feel like this is hopefully the least amount of money I'll be making in my career. So, like, that's something to help with consistency of being able to renovate our house and film it. But, I mean, I'm not saying you're burnt out from content creating right now. I'm just saying you have options.
Yeah. I mean, I've always kind of had that thought in my back of my head too, of just like, this isn't working. Will just go to a, 9 to 5 job and just deal with it, go into this where most everyone goes into, where it's just, you get a job, you hate going to it, and you're all mad. And then it's like, I really would like to enjoy my life and enjoy what I'm doing.
Yeah. But I also feel like if, like, you don't even have to go and get a 9 to 5 job, like, you have the option to become licensed in something and be your own boss still.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I think that's cool because you are a jack of all trades, whereas I thought my dream was to become a master in something. And I don't know, having second thoughts, and I'm like Googling what other jobs I can have with a degree in education, 2 degrees in education, which there are some out there, and it's becoming more of a thing now because teachers are leaving at a crazy fast rate. And I don't want to be. I'm still looking forward. I'm not like going to end my first year and just be like, oh, I'm never going back. Like, I do want to give it another shot, which I think is good. But if the rest of my career goes the way it has as a long-term sub, as a first-year teacher, I will not be here for another 5-10 years. Like, I will have to find something else. I'm hoping a big part of it is just it being my first experience and trying to find my style, trying to find my footing. But it is something that I think about daily. Like, I cannot do this every day for the rest of my life. And to get paid this much, like, if I was getting paid a lot more, which with my master's, with a pay raise, maybe I'll feel differently about it. But currently, base rate of pay, I'm like, yes, I am providing for my family right now, but I would rather be home making nothing and starving than being here right now. But, I mean, there's always different.
And like we mentioned earlier, we are in a very privileged position,
yes,
where if something happens to where we both aren't making money and we're literally would be homeless, we wouldn't be homeless.
Yes, like, I'm not going to quit my job, but, and like, yes, teachers don't make enough to provide for a family on their own. However, our family consists of just me and Ryan and our 2 pets. We're privileged in the fact that we have this house and the way we got it, but we also are privileged that we don't have kids right now, so we're not providing for a family in that way. So, like, yes, the choices we have made have also led us here, though, I will say. Like, we weren't just handed everything. So, like, I don't want it to come across as, like, we're working our butts off over here and we're just trying to survive. But I also don't want it to come off as, like, we're not doing anything to have what we have. We're in the middle where things could be better, but they could also be worse, I guess.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, we've been doing this for almost an hour now.
yeah,
so
I think that was a good place to end it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm still tired, but not tired enough to take a nap. But no, I don't know when we're going to be recording the next episode.
We have to come up with a schedule.
I don't know when this episode's going to come out. It will be out probably within the next week. Probably.
Okay.
I've always had this thought in my head where YouTube channel, like my YouTube channel content would go out on a Saturday, podcast content goes out on a Sunday, but because today's a Sunday, it'll be next Sunday. But we will see. And I'm going to make a quick prediction right now. The Chiefs will win. And I'm not going to predict the score because I don't know anything about that.
I also think the Chiefs will win. I don't know why I'm kind of rooting for the Chiefs. I don't know really about that, but we'll see. We'll have to come back and see.
Yep.
2 times in a row.
And, maybe next episode we'll mention it at the top of the hour so then we know. So the person who's listening that episode will go, what the heck? And then they'll have to rewatch this one or listen to this one.
The title's going to be We Predicted the Chiefs Would Win.
Yeah.
Oh, I also predict Justin Bieber will be coming out with Usher. We'll see.
Okay. We'll see about that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming in and having this discussion with us. And yeah, we'll see if the next video will be or next episode will be a coming back from a break or not. No. I don't think so. We'll see though. Yeah, I still don't know what my outro would be, so thank you so much. And I do have a YouTube channel. We also have Elie has a YouTube channel. She has multiple.
I have 2 YouTube channels. One I have not posted on in over a year. Again, not financially stable enough to do that one. But like, comment, subscribe on everything.
Yeah, and then if you're listening to this, we have the video version on its own YouTube channel. And if you're watching this, it's kind of already implied. We also have an audio version on your podcast platform of your choice, which would just be Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So thank you so much, and we will talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.